Good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 6 of National Poetry Month, hosted by yours truly. Well, at least this version of the celebration. I gotta be honest, I was a little tired, a little bit worn out, a little bit, I don't know, kind of funky feeling, kind of fog in the head. Um, so I almost, or I didn't say almost, but there was a part of me that said, yeah, I don't really feel like making this video tonight. But I did anyway. Why? Because even despite the bullshit that happens in the world, even despite all the bullshit being as loud as it can be, from the election cycle to just being tired to work being a four-letter word, which it most definitely was today. It wasn't a hard day, but could have done without it though. Anyway, but I could do with the pay though. But anyway, there was a lot of that noise. Just made me feel like not wanting to do this very video. But because poetry, I wanted to make sure that I pushed through, and I wanted to make sure I made a video a day for the 30 days of April, because I know that some people look forward to these, and I'm proud to say that my biggest fan, it seems, is my aunt Josie, who happens to be my godmother too. So uh, in true family form and in true, I think I can claim this still, even though I live in Vermont now, and in true working class Bostonian fashion, my family are my biggest fans. So I like to be able to say that. So Aunt Josie, I love you very much, and thank you for always being behind me and for always being behind this. Um, so tonight's reading, if you will, is uh, is dedicated to you, Aunt Josie. I love you, Auntie. All right. So anyway, I had to get that kind of family stuff out of the way and all the other foggy stuff. But here I am. I'm going to read 3 poems tonight. Why 3, you might ask? Maybe you didn't ask, but I'm making you ask now. Why 3 is because 2 of them are relatively like quick pieces, and mine is actually kind of a quick piece too, but I don't want to do more than one of mine yet, because I'm working on some new ones that'll be interjected here and there. But the ones I picked out from the other people, or the other person, are from a guy named Ethan Cohen, from this book called The Drunken Driver Has the Right of Way. And if you think the name Ethan Cohen sounds familiar, you are probably right. He is actually one half of the Coen brothers. They make a ton of movies, including The Big Lebowski, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Fargo, what's else? Raising Arizona. I mean, the list goes on, and they're some of my favorite movies of all time. And they're just quirky, offbeat, out there movies, which is probably why I love them so much. But Ethan, the Ethan half of the Coen brothers, writes poetry too, and yeah, so I decided to pick a couple poems from his book, The Drunken Driver Has the Right of Way. One is called The Hopping Poem, and you'll see why I picked another one of his poems after this, because this is super short, although I think it's pretty funny. Um, and although I'm dedicating this reading to my auntie, I hope that she can forgive me for the amount of swearing I'm about to do in about 2 seconds. Okay, so The Hopping Poem by Ethan Cohen. Fuck, 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 fuck. That hurt. Fuck, fuck. The Hopping Poem. Ethan Cohen. All right, so onward I go to the next poem. Another shorty by the same guy, Ethan Cohen. Um, this one I can definitely identify with. And this one kind of fits the theme of the poem of mine that I'm about to hit. But this one's more of a poetic theme rather than a personal theme. And you'll see what I mean by the difference there. But the theme is work and work in progress. So, which happens to be the name of my poem. But this one is all about process and progress and all that. This one is called I Am Finished. I am finished. Quit fussing with me, moving a word there or here, then back again, changing a line break, a comma, a dash, fiddling with all my buttons and snaps, wiping my chin, matting down my cowlick. I'm fine the way I am. Stop looking at me like that. I Am Finished by Ethan Coen. All right. So those are two fun poems from the incomparable and the quirky and the left field dweller Ethan Coen. Like I said, half of the Coen brothers. And if you haven't seen any of their movies, like rewind this video and at least go start with the list that I could rattle off. Their movies are awesome. They're laugh out loud funny in places, and it's kind of just weird, and you have a fun time no matter what. But anyway, back to my world, poetry. So I'm about to read from Analog Poems again. Obviously, it's my only collection out so far in my life. But this is a poem that has been published before, actually, in a small, very independent magazine. It's the Mascoma literary and art magazine when I was teaching. And this is a poem that I just kind of, just a couple lines just kind of formed their way into making a whole poem. And without any further ridiculousness or rambling, I'm just going to get right into it. This one is called Work in Progress by the dude that's speaking to you right now, me. And he's a good guy, somewhere between Jesus Christ and John Lennon, living righteously, well, as much as he can anyway. Though there's always the Saturday night. But it's Saturday that makes the work for Sunday. Now, a good guy, really, I mean, really he is. A heart like the Grinch's, after he heard the Who singing without all the presents and fixings, after he carved the roast beast, reaching out to pull people closer, to protect, to share in the sanctity of love. But oh, the backslide. Backsliding is the fun of it. Like I said, you got to have something to do come Sunday. In the end, only he will judge him. And he will say, come on up, kick back, beer is in the fridge. See, I'm telling you, he's a good guy, really. Somewhere between Jesus Christ and John Lennon. All right, so that was called The Work in Progress by me. As always, I'll have up above, if you're watching this on Facebook, I'm going to have the link to how to find the poems, or the book of poems that I just read from, Analog Poems. Check Amazon for The Drunken Driver Has the Right of Way, too. It's by Ethan Coen. It's such a good book. It's a good book of poems, very funny, very quirky, very profound in a lot of ways, too. But anyway, yeah. As always, I said, like, my link will be up above in the title of this poem, or poem reading, I mean, if you're watching the Facebook author page, or down below in the description if you're watching this on the YouTubes. As always, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope this reaches your eyes and ears and finds you well and happy and healthy, or at least working that way. And have a great night. Happy National Poetry Month, Day 6. And one love, everybody. Good night.